Austin with the alpha. Let's see if he
All right, how are we all
holds
doing
up
today? Woo! Perfect. It's great to be here. So my name is Austin. I am the head of strategy and business development at Doodles. And over the last 3 years, I've helped lead our evolution from an NFT project collection into a globally recognized entertainment brand. We've partnered with giants like McDonald's and Adidas. We've launched unforgettable activations and reached hundreds of millions through our music, animation, and merchandise.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Today,
I'm
not here to talk about Doodles' past. I'm here to talk about something bigger, the future of storytelling itself and how it's about to fundamentally change. So let's be honest.
Kuya.
Today's media model is broken. Creators publish, audiences consume, and fan creativity is treated as free labor where they get no credit or value. And now, here come the AI giants who scrape everything, monetize it, and give creatives nothing in return. The system has always been extractive. It rewards the platforms and not people. And it's time we flip the script.
We're trying to max extract, boys.
So enter DreamNet. DreamNet is a storytelling protocol where agents and humans and creators work together to build persistent narrative worlds. Think of it kind of like GitHub for storytelling, a living lore graph where anyone can build on top of it. This is infrastructure for the programmable entertainment era. DreamNet is a new kind of storytelling layer. Characters, items, and scenes become collectible assets on-chain, composable building blocks for anyone to use and speculate on. As these assets connect, they form a shared canon, one that AI agents can reference, remix, and expand. This ultimately turns story into a marketplace where ideas move, evolve, and accrue value over time. So collect tokenized lore and assets if you're a creator or builder, characters, locations, items, or story beats you believe the community and builders will adopt. With DreamNet, anyone can create an agent, a character that acts autonomously, evolves with the narrative, and contributes to world building. Builders can reference these agents and assets to create games, animations, quests, and more. And then here's the really powerful part. As those assets get used, fees and rewards flow back to the creators and the holders. Ultimately, what we're building is a flywheel for participatory IP, one where everyone shares in the upside.
Internet capital markets.
And so for communities, you can collect these tokenized lore assets. But DreamNet isn't just for builders, it's for communities. Fans collect tokenized lore assets, characters, places, items they believe in. Their activity feeds the canon, their attention becomes input, and they earn rewards by interacting with content, completing quests, or simply just spreading the word. And they redeem those points for early access to new agents, story arcs, and upcoming universes. In our world, everyone plays a role. So what can be built on DreamNet? This isn't a single product. It's a playground for programmable storytelling. Some ideas that we expect to see: AI native streaming shows, interactive on-chain comments, agent-powered role-playing games, fan-owned universes, virtual events run by characters, token-gated narrative hubs, and remix platforms for community-created IP.
We're here for the alpha.
We're excited to announce that DreamNet will be coming to Solana this summer.
Wow. Okay.
We've chosen Solana as our official blockchain partner on which to build the future of community-driven AI due to its growing financial and AI infrastructure, high-speed throughput, and unparalleled onboarding UX. And it's all going to start with our character agent hackathon kicking off June 26th at Solana HQ in NYC. We'll be releasing a set of lore-rich agents from the Doodles universe for builders to experiment with. There's over 50,000 in prizes and an opportunity to help shape the foundation of the new creative economy. And so treat this as your invitation. If you're a builder, a creator, a brand, and you believe that the future of IP is open, agentic, and on-chain, we want to talk. Whether you're writing stories, building agents, designing quests, or remixing worlds, DreamNet is for you. Thank you.
Ooh. Okay, let's pause it here. Let's pause it here. See, Kuya in the chat asking, and base 2? My suspicion is no. My suspicion is no. I think this is the alpha. Is that DreamNet is going to be on Solana, which honestly surprises me. I understand the speed, kind of throughput aspect of it. Onboarding UX, I think that's probably just as a result of a lot of infrastructure supporting it, as opposed to necessarily anything protocol level. But hey, it's all good. Um, but I do not know Solana as being known for its like on-chain state, like storage. But maybe I'm wrong there, because I imagine DreamNet, if it goes well, will have a lot of stuff on or need a lot of on-chain state. That's really interesting. Now, granted, the world is becoming more multi-chain, and so let's say if you did, if you minted tokens as OFTs, which are like the layer zero omni-chain fungible token standard, then you could, interact to transact with them on multiple chains, including Solana. Um, but I mean, to be fair, Solana, like, if you're looking for interoperability, Solana isn't necessarily the place that you would look to go, in the sense that it's not like Solidity based, things like that. So it really is kind of placing a bet on like, Solana, Rust, things like that. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. That DreamNet will be maybe entirely on base. I think that probably, I mean, well, okay, so you have things like virtuals that are doing better on Solana. So it's understandable where if you're gonna have agent launch pads that are tokenized, and I'm saying this all in real time, so this is just as I'm processing it. But I guess I mean, I could see how it makes sense. I'm surprised, but interop, cross-chain interop is improving, so potentially there's something there. But yeah, this is interesting. Now, and the other thing too that Austin mentioned is June 26th. There's going to be a hackathon. So Mike in the chat, did they announce a partnership? So I was just talking about how they just said, or Austin just said, that DreamNet is going to be on Solana, which I actually don't think a lot of people saw coming. I think people assumed that it was going to be a base, or something that uh, maybe a better infrastructure fit, quote unquote. But this may be a better like capital fit, if that makes sense. So they're going to have a hackathon at June 26th, Solana HQ, 50K in prizes to hack on top of DreamNet. This is not something we've seen Doodles do before, like have a hackathon. It's not something that we've seen many NFT projects, quote unquote, do at all. So this is very interesting. I think that we should be thinking about how Doodles as really becoming, Web3 tech company as well as an entertainment company. Um, and I think that says something too. Like it should speak to the fact that yeah, NFT projects don't do hackathons. You know what I mean? Like that's not a thing that's existed up until now. So this is really interesting. I think you're probably going to see more projects do stuff like this as they continue to kind of build out their tech stack. We've seen, Dead Fellows launch Cold Link recently, which is a tech product. So very interesting. Just it was a quick lightning talk. Maybe we'll find out some more as time goes on. But wanted to kind of get a chance to watch this with the crew. We got like almost 70 people watching, which is wild. If anybody has some questions in the chat, I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Mike says high schools do hackathons. Is like, yeah, 100%, no question about it. Anybody can do a hackathon. I can host an online hackathon. But what I'm more getting at is like, this is not something that NFT projects have traditionally pursued in any way, shape, or form. Like they haven't sought to have people compose on top of them, build on top of any of the products they're doing, eliciting that kind of development resource through hackathons and try to engage with the builder community, especially in Web3. That's all I was really getting at. 8270 asks, are we bullish? I would say that I'm bullish from a capital perspective in the way that if you ask me what's probably one of the healthier environments to launch an agent token, from a liquidity perspective, it's probably Solana. From the kind of like on-chain state perspective, as far as like the entire lore graph, like that's one of the reasons that Story Protocol, says that they built their entire, in new chain, is they needed something that had the ability to have the on-chain state for this kind of lore graph. So I'd be curious how much of that on DreamNet is actually going to be on chain if they're saying it's going to be on Solana. And maybe there's things I don't know about Solana. Certainly possible. Greeny says, "Yeah, I have a question. How dare you?" Is that like a what is it? The Mindy from The Office? Greeny, hey, throw it in the chat. Let me know if Solana has enough on-chain state for DreamNet. And it's coming from a bullish perspective. I'm like, I think that DreamNet is going to have so many agents, such deep lore graphs, multiple universes, multiple IP projects like building on it that you just need a lot of on-chain state. So I don't know what the situation looks like on Solana, so I'm not entirely sure. To be fair, I don't even know if it's that much better on base. But yeah, uh, I mean, yeah, did not see that one coming. I wasn't sure what alpha was going to drop on the stream, but did not see that it was going to be. I mean, it makes sense if Austin's making a DreamNet speech at Solana Accelerate that it's going to have something to do with that. Should have seen this one coming. But yeah, very interested to see where that goes. But I'm not going to yammer on and sit here any longer and take up anybody's breath or time here, my own breath, whatever. But really interesting. Oh, Elizabeth Holmes. I think it might have been Pudgy Penguins. Might have been Luca Nets. You know, Ray from Nine Gag was on before, and I could say some things about that. That was interesting. But yeah, we'll let it drop, and I better get back to work. But yeah, we'll see. I'd love to see more information unfold. Yeah, it clearly seems like Doodles is leaning into the Solana ecosystem, and Solana is supporting a lot of projects and builders right now. So makes a lot of sense. So yeah, cool. Well, thanks. We got over 75 people tuning in. We'll be back with Scroll with Me probably Monday, and so yeah, 8:30 a.m. PST. We'll be scrolling the crypto Twitter. Hopefully, Bitcoin is still ripping, and the vibes are up at that point. Maybe they'll give the alts some of that liquidity. Just saying. But thank you all, and yeah, I'll see you on the timeline. Bye.